And welcome to the Human Experience. This is your host at TRUHIMHIMYO at ALTRUIZHIM at ACTIVISHIM. I am all those isms. True him, activism, altruism, and at the end of the day, himyo. And I welcome you to the Human Experience, the Compassion in Action podcast that helps people to express the compassion that they have residing within them so that you, the audience, the purveyors of love and light, are able to experience the compassion that these individuals have to offer. And today we have the great fortune of having Miss Toy Kiana Jones, a woman that I met, I would say at least 3 or 4 years ago at I think it was a Memorial Day party in the Hills, and
It
we were
was.
it was right, yeah, and we were
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
go. The way that we had our conversation was awesome, and we were supposed to go on a hike that we still never went on. But throughout all of that, she has been an awesome individual that has been helpful in a lot of ways in just having in just helpful, basically. So,
Thank you.
world, welcome, Toy Jones.
Hello. I'm so proud of you, Himya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Toy, what is your, let everybody know who you are, what you do, how you do it, and what's your claim to fame other than your voice.
My I wouldn't even say fame. Well, basically, who am I? I am Toy Jones. I'm pretty low key. I'm a hairstylist. I've done some background work with my grandfather, who is a legendary photographer for Jet Magazine and Essence, Ebony, all those good things, and a lot of old publications such as Right On Magazine, Word Up. He was the one that delivered like the best photos, the ones you had hanging up on the walls. Um, Also, I've dabbled in a little PR here and there, but
Oh, we'll
I'm
get into
just
that story.
I don't want to, but yeah, I'm just toy.
Yeah, you're a toy, all right. You're a toy, all right. You always playing. You definitely are
Oh,
always
okay.
playing. Speaking of that, okay, see, so that is awesome. All right, yeah, so PR, right? How that comes into play. You
I was a
came,
publicist for a day.
yeah, you was a hot day. Because that
Make
was
it
a
three. Make it 3 days. 3 days.
all right, well, I'll let it slide to 3 days. Because
Okay.
that's how we were actually initially supposed to start working together, was you to do PR when we were working on the come up and working on my positioning within the come ups more specifically. Um, and we had one meeting about that,
Right.
and that was about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember we were supposed to do intense where remember okay because well I have a thing on YouTube called Bootleg News. Make sure you guys check it out. Toy Too Crazy Bootleg
Mm.
News. But anyway, Himyo worked with me on a couple of things when we went to the beach one time, and we were so intrigued by a lot of how the homeless were sleeping in tents and things like that in the hills around Malibu and stuff, and how they had families and they were still going to work. Remember?
Yeah, remember that dude that wrestled
It's
the mountain lion?
so he says. So he
So he
says his leg
says,
was about to fall off anyway. But so
allegedly.
Himyo came up with a name called Intense, which was really a good idea because now I just read that they're trying to cut off. They're trying first. They came up with putting tents out for the homeless, and now they're trying to cut it off. I have a son, so I'm trying to watch him right now.
Oh, yeah. That would be that's I guess priority number one. Forget
Yes.
the fact that you're on a show right now getting interviewed.
Oh no,
You know
I'm
what I'm
on the
saying?
show. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Forget all that. You know what I'm saying? We'll just add that to the
We're,
fodder
we're
of
gonna go to
your
a
human
commercial real quick,
experience.
real quick, real quick.
Are we about to
Commercial
take a
break.
commercial break? Well, on this
5
week's
minutes.
human experience, a 5 minute commercial break.
Real quick, real quick.
Oh my goodness! All right, so cool. We will put you on break right now,
Okay.
and I will make that happen in 1 second. You have been muted. So when you come back on, just give me the deuces and let me know. So anyway, to go into that a little further, so Toy did come on and was supposed to be my PR lady at a time when a group of individuals that I moved out here in to go to college with, well, I didn't move out here to go to college, but a group of friends that I knew through college, we came together to start a show called The Come Up, um, which was about our respective lives and making a come up in the industries that we are. Are you ready? You good? And so with that, Toy was coming on to do PR for us, and she actually, you also styled our first photo shoot for that as well, Toy. If you do you remember styling and doing the makeup and for our first photo shoot? And let me unmute you. Hold on, the world cannot hear you at this particular moment. I will be unmuting you in 1 second. We can't hear you. They can't hear you. Stop it. Stop it. You're talking. They can't hear you. And why aren't you able to be unmuted? Um, you have to.
Here, can you hear
Okay,
me?
you're
Hello?
back. Yes, we can hear you now. The world can hear you. So,
Okay.
what were you
It
saying?
says,
Other than, go ahead. It's on you.
oh, what were we saying? I'm sorry.
So we're just gonna get into it. Forget what I was saying. It's about to be what I am saying at the particular moment. Now that we have your full attention back at the human
Yes.
experience. Kids do come first. I do understand that.
Yes, they do.
And
And I'm definitely a full-time mother, so that comes before anything.
for sure, for sure. And I think I was. Oh, actually, I was talking about how you did the makeup and the styling for the come up photo shoot.
Yeah, that was pretty fun too. I worked with you and what's the guy, the comedian Jay Ellis.
No, Trey Elliott, comedian Trey
Trey
Elliott.
Elliott, I apologize. So
Hmm.
apologize. Yeah, Trey Elliott and the rest of the guys. I think that was a pretty good crew. It was a pretty good diversity of guys, strong black men that had different things going on in life, but you guys still came to one circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like
It was.
everybody has something different to offer, but you guys were just so cool. It was a really good circle. I really enjoyed that circle.
Oh yeah, awesome. And we still together as a crew, and we're just working on our respective outlets right now. So it is what it is. However it goes, wherever it goes, and whatever it is going to be. So with that being said, and that
It's
collective
a
of crew,
resourceful crew also because you guys had like a plumber, then you had the comedian, then you had the actor,
he's
you
not
had
a.
the activist. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, we definitely are a resourceful crew. He's not a plumber. First of all, he is a handyman who has the ability to do
to
a
plumb.
plethora. Plumbing is
I
one of
mean,
his
well,
things,
I mean
but he's a
plumbing,
handyman.
electrician, right,
It's the
right.
Honeydew Network. He can do
I mean, when I
whatever
say
Honey
plumber,
needs to
I
get
didn't
done.
mean that like disrespectfully. I meant like, never mind. But yeah, the handyman, he did everything. Trust me,
Yeah,
like everything. He could fix anything.
yeah,
Good guy,
exactly.
good group of guys. Everybody was great.
For sure. And we'll post a link up for the Come Up Crew in a second. So, you know
Okay.
what? Let's just jump right into it, Toy. Because if
Okay.
you here to get the world familiar with what the human experience is, it's where we ask you, the interviewee, 7 questions that will help you compassionately express yourself so that the world can know the and experience the compassion that you have that resides within you. So,
Okay.
with that being said, pregunto número uno es, which do you trust more, your heart or your brain?
I trust my. Oh, that's a really deep question because I feel like my heart and my brain are the same, the way I function.
Hmm.
So, my heart.
Your heart. That's your final answer?
No, my brain.
So not your
That would
final
be
answer.
smarter. I mean, okay,
Elaborate.
because they're the same. They're the same. To me, I feel like my heart and my brain are the same because my brain doesn't feel anything that my heart doesn't. So if my heart doesn't feel passionate about something or something doesn't feel right, it lets my brain know that. It's not
Mm,
like my brain tells my heart to feel something. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So you there's been something I've been working out and trying to have a succinct statement in regards to what it is that you're saying when you talk about letting your heart do the thinking and your brain do the reacting. And so I think that that's very interesting that you would put that or that you would say you you use both in that manner, you know, and you let your brain, I mean, you let your heart do the thinking, and meaning that whatever it is that you do, it's always coming from the heart. uh,
Right.
I think that's pretty dope, pretty poignant, in and of it,
It could
in
it
and of
can
itself.
it can be it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing because I feel passionate about a lot of things. So sometimes because my heart may feel a certain way, I may need to not say certain things, you know?
Mm,
Because
yeah,
my right.
this is
But
all
I'm
right.
more positive. I'm more positive than anything. So that
You're
way
more
my
positive
heart
than
is just
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. And an example of that is, I remember a time when you were asked to be a journalist and cover an event that was going
Right.
on, and so
Was it the
you had,
Chris Paul event?
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and how that came into play, and then you hit me up to help to be your photographer, and
Yes, yes.
I came down and was able to be of assistance for you. And I thank you,
Very big
actually.
assistance. Very
Yeah,
big assistance. Yeah, I really appreciate that. And I wish they would have gave you the credit on that for photography part.
yeah. I wish I would have got it too, but it's all good. It was more
Well, you
about
got paid, so it was good.
yeah, it was more about helping you out and getting that done. Oh, here's an experience based upon that event, right? So I'll just do
Hmm.
a really quick story. So from that event, there was a job I was doing. It was a delivery job that I was doing where I would deliver food to to people's houses. You know, they would order it on an app, and I would go and
Hmm.
deliver it to them. So so one day I got an order in, and I saw the name that was on it, and it was a name that was like familiar to me, right? And I was like, who? I was
Right.
like, I wonder. I was like, damn, this name looks familiar. And then the house that I had to deliver it to, it was all the way out in the hills and stuff like that. So I was like,
Oh,
I was trying to put the two and two together. And I was like, I wonder if this is the name that I'm thinking of. I'm like, I wonder if this is who I think this is. Because at
hmm.
the time I was doing the human experience event that I did in Skid Row, and
Okay.
I was looking for sponsorships and seeking sponsorships. And so this name popped up in the app, and I was like, I wonder if this is gonna be who it is, right?
Right.
Um, and so I was like, oh wow, if this is the person I think that it's gonna be, and I thought it was gonna be, I thought it was Chris Paul's wife, right? So
Okay.
I looked up her name. I was like, oh, this name matches. This could be it. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm gonna get myself prepared because I know that I have to. If it is them, I want to see if his foundation would be able to sponsor my event that I was putting on
Right.
in Skid Row. And so I was like, I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. But as I'm driving there, I was getting prepared, and I was just like thinking of what it is I was going to say, how I was going to, introduce myself and present myself to be ready for that moment and that opportunity. And so when I finally got there, what I was able to do was when I finally got there, I went through the gates, and I had to be led into the community and this, that, and the third. Um, and so I'm driving up, and I ring the doorbell. And lo and behold, guess who answers the door?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul. So,
Nice.
so oh, yo, that's that dude. So I'm like, boom.
So
And so
cool.
I immediately went into my spiel because not only I told him about this. I said, yo, good brother, this is not the first time we met. I met you when
Hmm.
you opened up your wing at the Boys and Girls Club, and I was there. I was the dude taking pictures and blah blah blah. And I also know somebody that works for the NBA PA, somebody that I went to college with. And so
Right.
I name dropped. I mentioned her name. He's like, oh, I know that girl really well. Blah blah blah. So
What, my
this
name?
whole story. No, not your name. The girl that I
Oh,
knew that
okay.
no, the girl that I
Oh,
knew
okay,
that worked
yeah.
for the NBA Players Association that I went to
Hmm.
college with, and so I was able to develop a rapport with him immediately, and and make the steps in trying to make that contact
That's
for the
super
human
dope.
experience that I get. And I have to thank you for that because had I not been there to take pictures with you, then that would not have I wouldn't have had a firm ground to build a rapport
Right.
on to start that to make that conversation happen in a way that wasn't like weird, you know.
Right.
Um,
It's
so
always, I'm always down to bring you around when it's time to elevate and meet good people. Just like when we did the Rock the Bells concert, that was super fun and dope.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
exactly. Another
I still have so many good interviews that we did, super funny ones. I was really surprised how was that KRS One?
KRS
What's his
One,
name? No, what's the conscious rapper's name that was there that was really rude to us?
the conscious rapper. There was
Yeah,
nobody that was rude to
it
us.
was. He came late, and then we were asking if we could interview him, and then he kind of cut it short, and he was like, "I just walked up," and he
You talking?
performed that night.
Not, are you talking about Talib Kweli?
No, 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 he was super cool.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're talking about Childish Gambino.
No, not the one
Then
I thought was John Legend.
no, yo, you're stupid. Um, then who was
He
it?
was super cool too. He came late. He's a legend, dude, and I can't even remember his name. He's
Well,
like
he ain't that legendary then,
no,
huh?
he's super legendary, but he's from like New York and he's super mean, so I
was
can't
it
remember his name.
was it KRS
He
One?
performed. That's what I was trying to think if that's him. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Remember when
can't
he
remember.
first walked up? Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that night
Yeah,
was cool. Yeah.
yeah, for sure, for sure. It definitely was. And so with that being said, I think that actually kind of moves us right into our next question,
Okay.
which is it better to have beauty or be beautiful?
It is better to be beautiful rather than have beauty. But you have to define beauty, just like they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Your inside, to be beautiful is from the inside. So that always shines on the outside. So whether if you're just a person looking at the shell of someone's beauty, then I mean, I don't know. You have to elaborate more on what you mean.
I mean, is it? Well, that's not for me to answer. That's for you to answer. Um,
Well, I
I
mean,
think
okay,
you.
because you say You say, is it better? What is beauty to you? Define beauty.
Well, beauty to me is something that everybody has,
It's
and
physical.
it's something that people have. So everybody has beauty within them inherently. Has beauty within them, and their difference is that when you are being beautiful, that is something that comes from the inside. That is something that you're being. You exude that. You embody that. That is
Right. So it's
that is
more
what your
important to be
expression is.
beautiful than it is being beautiful.
That's the question I
That's my
ask you. I
answer.
mean,
Okay, no, that's
being
my
beautiful.
answer. It's better to be beautiful than it is being beautiful
Yeah, I agree.
from the
I agree.
inside.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Because when you have something, that doesn't mean you're always using it, and when you're being something, that means you're in action. So,
Right.
so that's where that comes into play. And so name an example. Well, then you're a hairdresser, you're a hairstylist. So how do you help people
I
be
help
beautiful
people
in what it
every
is that
day.
you do?
I have to boost self-esteem from the inside to the outside because I could do someone's hair and it could still feel like they don't like it until they get probably three comments and from other people inside the salon or something because they don't feel beautiful themselves, or I have to listen to all their problems while I'm doing their hair and give positive input back into them so that they can feel how they look when I finish with them. So my job is really, really important. My job can make you or break you.
Make or break them, huh?
Yeah. Because if I
Make it.
do something really terrible and it's not really for you and you're not feeling it and you don't have the personality for what I do to you, then that could be bad for you. But I usually work with people and can't leave my seat until you're happy and I'm happy with how it looks. And if you're not happy and I know it looks amazing and you're just a difficult person, I'm just gonna do all I can just to let you know you gotta go. But you look beautiful. You know, some people you can't help. But my job contributes to people's self-esteem.
Mm, I hear that. I hear that. So, um, here's a question. And here's another question for you then. Um, when was the last time you cried?
Oh, um, what's today? Monday. Like really cried? No, no, no. Seriously, like really cried or just
Hey,
cry? Because I could watch something on TV and just cry.
the question is, when's the last time you cried? Whenever. What do you want to what do you want to express?
Because I could cry if something's funny, or I don't know, like really mean it, cry.
When was the last time you cried that you want to express and share with someone? Because we want to hear about that moment. The last time you cried.
Oh, the last time I cried. Hmm. I don't really be crying. You know, the last time I cried was probably when I lost my grandmother. That was my everything. That's the last time I cried.
That was the last time you cried. Okay.
Yeah,
And how long ago was that?
that was 5 years ago.
So you telling me the last time you really cried was five
The
years
last
ago?
time, yeah, the last time I really cried, I would say when I had my son, but I had an epidural, so it didn't hurt. I kind of gave up when I had
You
him.
cheated. You
So,
cheated.
very much so. I know better as my second one. So, yeah. That was the last time I cried. Like, I really, really, really cried. I don't really
Okay.
cry like that. I don't feel like I need to cry because I'm pretty verbal
Mm. Wow.
and I get it out right away. But I mean, as far as just dropping a tear because something on TV moved me or it's that time of the month, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count. All right. That's cool. Um, that doesn't count. Cause
No.
I remember the last time I saw you cry. Um,
When?
when you was having your son's birthday party at your house, the new house that you moved into.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Those were tears because I couldn't hit anybody.
Cause you couldn't hit nobody. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to fight. If I can't fight, I cried.
Huh?
But those weren't like really passionate tears. Those were tears like, oh, I can't get to you right now.
Hmm. All right. Cool. That's great. That's gravy and wavy. So
Yes.
anyway, all right. So then, what are three words that everyone should know in all languages?
In all languages, hmm, money, uh, airport, ISIS. No, no, I'm just
Money,
kidding.
airport, and ISIS.
Time to go, you gotta go. Shit, it's crazy out here. No.
Money, airport, and ISIS. Please elaborate on why those three words.
Hello.
Yeah, please elaborate on why on those. Hold on. Yeah, elaborate on why those three words.
I love you.
No,
Those be No, I
money.
was joking. I was joking about that. I was joking about that.
Okay.
I was joking. Three words in every language. I love you, of course. And
Hmm.
and shut the hell up. You always need to know when to tell people I love you and know when to tell them to shut the hell up.
Okay, so those are the three. I love you. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the hell up. And what's the
Yes.
last one? And ISIS.
Uh-huh. No, don't say that again. No.
Yeah, you want to have the feds watching. You about to have the feds watching me, thinking that the human experience is about
No.
it's about terrorism when it is actually the human experience is about uh, quelling and squashing terror, because I think one of the main reasons that we are in and facing a lot of this animosity and trust and distrust within this world is because people are not able to compassionately express themselves in a manner that allows for people to be heard and felt just as they are, and to embrace the differences that we have, to see those differences as interconnectivity as opposed to a barrier towards living harmoniously.
Right.
So that's yeah. So come on if you're coming. Because if you're coming for me, you're gonna come. You ain't gonna get nothing but love and love, harmony, and peace in a very
Mm,
real and very truthful manner. So, you
yes.
know, that's how I feels about that. Uh, and okay, so now we're gonna go into what scares you, Toy Jones.
What scares me? Um, what scares me? Like, no security. Not not being able to provide for my family. That scares me.
Hmm,
That would scare me.
that would scare you.
Yeah.
Okay, um, that's
Not
pretty.
yeah, that scares me.
What about that scares you in that manner? Like, elaborate on that a little bit more.
Mm, I just think that I've always been protected and I've always felt safe to do like to just live a certain lifestyle and to do me or whatever. And so like to not be able to do that and provide for my children, that would scare the mess out of me. Like I would not saying that I have like this super fabulous type of lifestyle or because I'm pretty low key. Like I could rock a $5 outfit, no problem. But I'm just saying, just to provide the main necessities, that would scare me. Just the way society is now and not having like you could be on your job for 20 years and then something happens where they let you go off or And me
Mm,
working for myself, I've always put up and had security and stuff, but anything can happen. Anything, something could be stolen, anything, and just losing family members and stuff and not having anyone else to rely on, and I'm being that main person to rely on, that kind of scares
mm. Okay. So it sounds like responsibility or being or not being responsible is something that really scares you due to the
me. Yeah.
okay. I could dig that. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because anything can happen. I mean, I watched my grandfather work for over 60 years and provide for his family. And then, he's always put up, he had the house paid off, but then things happen. People take money out of the house, and then you know what I'm saying? Stuff that you plan for, anything can happen. And then you get sick and you're not able to fix certain things because you're sick or something. And that part would always scare me. Even though I know there's always a higher source that everyone should believe in, and once you believe in that, it is what it is. You'll be taken care of.
Hmm.
But that would probably be the only thing that scares me.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. And thank you for sharing that. For sure. So So if you go from scared, right, and we found out that being unresponsible and not having stability is something that scares you, Toy Kiana
Hmm.
Jones. Uh, so what is it that makes you happy?
Life. I'm just happy anyway. I don't know. The beach makes me happy. Just
Yeah,
the
you always
sun, the
posting pictures at
rain.
the beach. I'll tell you that. You once
Yeah,
beach
I'm
going.
just a free spirit. If you leave me alone and let me do me, I'm just happy. I don't need materialistic things to be happy. I just need peace of mind and you know, smell a flower, hug a tree, some shit. I just I'm just a happy
Smell a
person. I
flower,
don't know.
smell a flower, hug a tree, or some shit. Okay,
Yeah.
that is the tagline for this interview. Smell a
Yes.
flower, hug a tree, or some shit.
Or some shit. That just makes me happy. That's all I like. And
Okay.
family. I just love happy people. Just being around happy people. Oh, and food, good food. It could be a salad, but whatever.
Hmm.
I don't need much to make me happy.
You don't need much, huh? I don't need
Mm-mm,
much.
not
And
much.
then and so we're coming down to the end. We're getting close to the last question,
Okay.
which is what is your purpose?
What is my purpose? My purpose is to spread a light and to let everyone know that you don't have to be perfect. Present yourself as perfect. You just be you, and that everyone is going through something. So is I feel like my purpose was just to let people know that you can't judge people from their outside, and to, you know, you have to love people for who they are,
Have to love people for who they are.
and to help other people just excel. Also, I've always been good at being a resourceful person and helping other people get to where they need to be in life.
Awesome. 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 Awesome.
Oh,
Okay. How that goes into like that last part of how you lived your purpose in regards to how we met. I
I'm
re-
not done.
oh,
No, I'm just saying not lived my purpose. I'm still not done. My purpose still isn't fulfilled. So I that was just part of my purpose. I'm not sure what the rest of it is because I'm not done yet.
I was about to say then what is that other part? Okay.
I don't
I
know.
remember you don't know. Well, I guess that's what you're spending the rest of your days looking to figure out and looking for the signs that present themselves, that the universe presents themselves to help you fulfill and actualize and gain clarity on uh, on the answer to that question for what else is your purpose or how that fits in. um, in regards to the resourcefulness, um, and being able to be a connector. I remember one of the so your grandfather is the great Bill Jones, um, legendary African American photographer, an individual who I have been honored to call Uncle Bill. Yeah,
The
yeah,
yes.
yeah. Like that's
He'll still say yes.
I and that's the awesome thing. Like that's like that is a memory that will forever live in my brain about your grandfather.
Right
Yeah.
now he has dementia, so
Mm.
he's on hospice at this moment, but he still like says little things here and there, and he still likes his little strawberry ice cream shakes.
Awesome.
But
That is awesome.
yeah.
You know,
But I'm also putting together a foundation for him. It's called Saving Memories, the Bill Jones Dementia Foundation. And what I'm putting together is a celebrity fashion show. So if any celebrities that have love for him would like to be involved, please let me know. Toy Jones. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Toy Kiana on Facebook. However you can get in contact with me. Or you can email
no,
me at
go ahead.
Toy Kiana 27 Jones at what is it? MSN.com.
MSN.com.
Yes.
Yeah, that one too. I mean, in regards to that, like I remember when I had the fortune of assisting your grandfather at a Motown event, and
Yeah.
this is while Uncle Phil was still alive, whatever Uncle
Hmm.
Phil's real name is, right? And
It's something that we went to every year. It's called the Legendary Awards, and every year they honor Motown. And one year they honored my grandfather. That was probably like in 2002,
mm,
I think. Yeah, it was probably about 22 or something. But this particular year that I had you go with him, it was the year that I couldn't go because unfortunately I had moved to another city and had other obligations. But man, I really appreciate that too.
yeah, no, that
'Cause I
was
know
not a
that was
problem.
a big night. That was a big night for you too, huh?
Yeah, that was an awesome night. I mean, I got to meet a lot of and all right. So here's how it went down, right? So as I'm assisting your grandfather, uh, we run into Uncle Phil, and
Hmm.
at this time, obviously your grandfather was late in his age, and he still. I think he had his stroke by then, and so he only had the one hand, and he would just
Right.
walk around with the
He
camera on the
was
one hand like this.
79 years old doing that.
Yeah,
Right.
and so
That
Uncle
fish.
Phil, yeah, so Uncle Phil said, he said, make sure you take care of that man. You're with a legend.
Aw.
And I was like, yes, sir, I definitely will. So he says that to us,
Hmm.
and then this is before we actually get into the room, and then there's the security guards there, right? The security's doing their thing, and
Right.
so there was supposed to be no picture taking going on there or whatever. But your pops
Right.
is your granddad is your granddad, so he
This
had
the
his
same
camera.
man that broke into Shaq and Shawnee's wedding and got pictures, and Shaq said what's up to him. So Papa shoots what he want to shoot.
Exactly, right. But the security
Right.
guards, people that were doing the security, weren't letting him do his thing. So he's up there taking the pictures, and the security is like, "Sir, no pictures, no pictures." And now, mind you, and so for the rest of the world, like he's 79 years old. He still has his camera. Like I'm helping him when he pops up his camera. I'm just making sure he's there stable to pop it up there. And the security guard kept stopping him. And he's like, and your
He
father,
still
and your
did it
grandfather was like, so persistent that he was like, I'm taking these pictures, and to the point where
all
he
the
couldn't
time.
talk, he couldn't really talk anymore, and he got so frustrated that he's like, and then started like
He said,
cursing
I'm
the
going to
dude
take a
out.
picture.
Yeah, he started cursing the dude out with like no words, and it was just hilarious because all of the people that were in the room, recognized him
Right.
as Bill Jones, the legendary Bill Jones. But the security
He
was
gets to
just
be
doing their
fun.
job. He was just doing the security dude was just doing his job. But by the end of the
He
day,
wasn't doing it right because when you do your job, you know who you let shoot it, you know who you don't.
you know, I just saw it from both angles, but at the end of the day, Uncle Bill was able to get the pictures that he wanted to get taken. That's what I take back from that, because it was
Right,
just like,
right.
and it was just amazing to see at that age and in that state how persistent and how he was not going to take no for an answer, and
Yeah,
it didn't matter what his
he's
condition was in.
always been like that. When he was first hit with what happened was when I was about 14, like in '94, he was beaten in the head with a bat. So
Mm,
in front of our house by like a jealous neighbor. And so when that happened, he was in King Hospital. He was in a coma for for like almost 2 months. Halle Berry held a kind of like visual for him. She was one of his subjects that he got help get started, like got a lot of exposure for. It was Halle Berry, Jada Pinkett. They all started out like in Hal Jackson's Talented Teens. But anyway, Halle Berry had a kind of like visual for him. There was so many people praying, so many celebrities coming to testify for him as a character witness in court. Um, he just had. That's when we really realized, whoa, Papa's that man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's always been persistent. Like if we would see someone that's out and I'm in a car with him and he goes, go tell him I need to take his picture. And I'm like, nah, because I was kind of shy being a kid. And he go, don't do what I said. I'm like, shit, okay. And I go hurry up and go get the person, and. And so like after he had his accident or whatever, it was because your brain doesn't, it makes you more aggressive. If you're a certain way, it's gonna make you more that way if you had an
mm,
accident with it. So it was times when we figured out he found out he could drive again. He hopped in my car, stole my car one day, and I had to chase him down with another car because he had just got out the hospital. So we don't know how his brain is working. Then he was like, we got a camera where I would have to push the button for him until he was able to move his hand more, because he was partially paralyzed, but he still would move that hand when he
mm,
wanted to.
mm,
And he would move it to click them pictures though. But his dream was to always get all the Black Academy Award winners. But so far he only got like Halle Berry and Denzel and stuff. And he was more, I think what made him more famous and more of a passionate photographer was when he started out with film, right? So we have so many photographers that's out with this digital. I don't really consider them photographers. You're not a photographer until you can do a black and white film, roll of film, or a color roll of film, and come out with 25 exposures, all of them just A1 from head to toe when you hit that shot and you get it with the right lighting and everything, and you develop them yourself in that bathroom like he did. Now we got people that we got filter, we got, you could delete the picture afterwards. Oh, that doesn't look right. Pose this way. And those aren't photographers to me. Those are amateurs. So he started out at a time when you really had to put in work in to be a photographer. And he was so passionate about it. And he liked beauty, and he always caught positive images. It was times where people would pay him to get certain images that he know he shouldn't have put out. And he would say no. He passed up thousands of dollars. And then there was that one time when he didn't know he helped somebody, like when Suge Knight had him take a picture with it was Faith Evans and Tupac. We were at a party and Suge was like, "Can you get this picture with them together?" They used that picture for something negative. My grandfather didn't even know, but Suge went to jail right after that picture was taken. When Suge got out of jail, he called my grandfather. My grandfather hunted him down and went up on wheelchair to go get his money from Suge and cussed him out. And then he cussed him out and was like, I didn't want my picture used for that nonsense. And then Suge had to give him extra for that. So he was just always that type of honest person. And that's what I've always admired and tried to emulate. I mean, imitate after him. So that's
mm.
what kind of person raised me, and that's what I was raised around. But a lot of these new photographers, they're scandalous. They trying to catch what they could see up your dress or who you were with, and that's not the type of person he was. And that's why he was. That's what made him legendary in my eyes.
Mm.
Besides him just capturing like a lot of images, man, he got everybody. People you wouldn't even think of that's gone and passed away in certain situations. Like, wow, he was there when there
Mm.
was nobody, when there was no other photographer there. So
Mm. And that's the
that's
legacy you come from.
that's the legacy I come from.
And that's and I once again, Toy, because we're gonna get ready to wrap up. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate your presence in my life.
Aw.
And thank you for your friendship, for the opportunities, uh, and want to continue to wish uh, the ultimate love, light, and success in you completing and actualizing and bringing to fruition your full purpose in this world.
Thank
And
you, Emil.
yeah, and thank you for choosing to come on the human experience and compassionately express yourself, so that people are able to experience the individual and the dynamo that you are, and and uh, and yeah, this is just the big. And thank you for coming on, especially at this time of the human experience, where we're at the. I wouldn't even say we're building the foundation of what the human experience, compassion and action podcast is going to be.
And it's
And
going to be so big. I can see it now. You're doing a wonderful job, and I admire everything that you're doing and appreciate you wanting me to be on this platform. So much success to you, more success. And I see you doing so many positive things out there. I know you're going to go far. You've always been adamant about things. Even when we would get into our little, power struggles, and you have to go in the corner and meditate away from me. It's all good. We just recognize that in each other, and it's hard for two passionate people to work together sometimes, but it's okay. And I see a lot in you, and I appreciate you also.
oh, thanks, thank you. I can remember the last time I cried was when I was doing the human experience and Toy said so.
Oh, don't cry. My eyes started to tear up a little bit. I started to look away and shit.
Yo, so yeah, man, I think that we have exhausted the time, and I want to be respectful of your time and of your baby's times, because we don't
Yeah,
want to
let me get
see
back to you.
yeah, we don't want to see somebody come swimming in the pool or floating in the pool right by us.
Oh no, not over here. Put that phone down.
So
You're
yo,
driving a nanny crazy.
oh man, see, damn, you got nannies and stuff. That's
Oh no,
awesome.
she'll probably kill me for saying that. It was my auntie. I'm fronting. I ain't got no goddamn nanny. It's my auntie. I'm just playing. Lord help me. I'm from 60th Crenshaw. I ain't got no nanny. Okay.
Oh man, 60th and crush at work. So
No,
yo,
I'm just kidding.
you stupid. Yo, thank you once again for joining the human experience, where this is compassion in action. Lastly, go ahead and shout out your give them your handles once again, your Instagram, your Twitters, your how can people
Oh
get.
yeah. You can my Instagram is toy2crazy, toy number 2 crazy. That's my Twitter also. I don't really bother with Twitter too much. A little here and there. That's about it. I don't really use all these little platforms. I'm not on Snapchat yet or anything. So
All
I'll
right,
think about it. But
awesome.
if I ever get on that stuff, it's always labeled Toy Too Crazy. Oh, but you could go to my YouTubes with all my little funny videos. It's Toy Too Crazy on YouTube too. It's probably like 13, 14 videos. Don't judge me though, okay? Because I'm really sensitive.
Too late.
I'm so sensitive. Okay. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
Okay.